Hi everyone, thank you so much again for coming onto your mats. I hope you're all doing really well at home. And today's class is focusing predominantly on your neck and the shoulder muscles, so 3 parts around the shoulder, front, medial, and then your posterior, your rear shoulder as well. So as always, if you have niggles, injuries, especially in these areas that we're going to be focusing on, just be really mindful. Listen to your body, breathe into all the postures. If you're starting to tense up, then just release a little bit and ease into perhaps a child's pose, ease into more of a restorative or a seated posture, and we'll go from there. So as you start to come into your comfortable seat, just make sure that your mat is free of space, anything around you. If you have a strap, a towel, or a piece of clothing, perfect for today. Also, if you have blocks, we're going to use those, so blocks, bricks, books is a perfect job as well. So make sure you just have those handy. Start to come down into your comfortable seat, just close off the eyes, and we're going to work through a little bit of breath work to start off with. You can turn the palms to face down or allow them to turn upwards as an expression of giving, but also giving out, but also receiving the practice today. So as we work through the upper part of the body and I suppose around the neck, the shoulders, we begin to open up our throat, which is one of the energy points or one of the chakras known as the vishuddha chakra. It's an energy point, an area in the body that if we are able to channel our energy there and move the energy fluidly, then we tend to be able to express ourselves a little bit more. So as you start to come into your breath, you're welcome to come straight into Ujjayi breath, ocean, victory breath. Start to hear that noise, that raspy sound at the back of the throat. Slightly tilt your chin into your chest and just feel the length of the spine. Crown of the head lifting and shining through. Start to draw your breath all the way down into your belly center, breathing in and breathing out. As you breathe out, just notice the belly drawing inwards. Notice yourself just dropping your tailbone, sitting bones, releasing into your block or releasing into the mat. And continue with your breath. You may want to just add a little bit of movement, perhaps an inhalation as you grow tall, allowing your shoulders just to draw back and down. And on the exhale, you allow your belly to draw in, the ribcage draws under, chin into chest. Just gently nod the head if that feels good, or you might want to just find stillness today. Totally up to you. Full breaths. If you're able to, just for now, continue with your nasal breathing. Check in with the whole of the body. Check in with the mind if you have any thoughts racing or anything that might be distracting you. Just try to keep focusing on your breath. Allow the thoughts to just disappear, let them drift by. Just going to take 3 breaths from there where we release the exhale out of the mouth. So you just sigh. You can take a lion's breath if that's in your practice. Inhale through the nose. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. We'll take one more. Inhale. Exhale, stick out the tongue, let it go. When you're ready, chin into chest. You can move the palms to face down just a little bit, and then just start to move the head around, creating that 180 degrees, almost that semicircle with the head. Of course, you can flutter the eyelids open if that works for you, or keep your eyes closed. The ear rolls to the shoulder. and you roll the ear all the way back to the other shoulder. So just keep that going from ear to ear, moving gently, feeling your shoulders as you do that, as well as your rotator cuffs. Attachment from the neck to the shoulders to the back. 2 more, and last one. When you're ready, give those shoulders a nice roll back for 3. So on the inhale, lift the shoulders all the way up by the ears and draw those shoulder blades, those wings, all the way back down. Inhale, lift, come all the way up. Exhale, draw them down. 1 more, inhale, lift. Exhale. You can take alternating shoulder rolls or just start to move them forwards as well. And when you're ready, inhale, draw those arms all the way up and overhead. So create that little bit of space rather than the shoulders being up by the ears. Just rotate your pinky fingers forwards, rotating the triceps forwards and the biceps back. Shoulders away from the ears, rib cage dropping in, and just hold there. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. If you're able to make a prayer Anjali Mudra overhead, of course you can lace those thumbs if it's a little bit easier, and try and squeeze those shoulder blades down again. Holding there. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. When you're ready, release those arms all the way around, and as you do so, imagine pressing through water. So take it nice and slowly, pressing down. On the inhale, turn the palms to face up and draw the arms all the way back overhead. Exhale, turn the palms down, and again, really active, spreading your shoulder blades out lovely and wide, drawing those fingertips all the way down. Inhale, lift, come all the way up, chin slightly tucked into chest. Exhale, draw those arms down. This time, as your arms come down, you're going to lace those fingertips, but you're going to do so behind you. You're going to take your laced hands all the way down towards your right hip. As you do that, you're going to draw that right ear towards your right elbow. So you notice that you're creating extra space as you draw that shoulder back. So I'm actively pressing into my leg there, into my hip, and taking my right ear towards my right shoulder. You can squeeze your hands together, you can even push onto the leg if that makes it a little bit easier. And of course you can start to release that right hand if you'd like to. Add a little bit more weight to the top of the head and draw the head down. Holding there. If you need more, you can begin to turn the head, look down at those fingertips or look down at the right hip. It's a strong stretch, so be mindful of the neck, be mindful of the rotators. Start to release that left hand as you go, and then you're going to press that hand away. Imagine pressing through a door. You're going to hold that stretch there. Breathing in and breathing out. Inhale, exhale. Start to release that left hand. Release the right hand. Chin to chest. Lace the fingertips all the way round again and just bow the head forwards. On the inhale, open the chest, open the arms and come back through. On the exhale, slide those hands all the way down again. Fingertips pressing, 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 pressing until they reach the mat. Lacing the fingertips just behind you again and placing them this time on your left hip. So you're really drawing that right shoulder back this time. This time the head's going to drop all the way down, sorry, other side, to the left side. Left ear towards left shoulder. And again, breathe into it. So you might notice the difference between the sides of the neck, through your traps, the top of the neck, top of the back, as well as some stiffness in the shoulder perhaps here, just a little bit back of rotation. On my right shoulder is a little bit tighter. Of course, adding weight if you'd like to, using that top hand, left hand, onto the head, drawing the head down that little bit more. And then begin to release that right hand. Imagine pressing through a door, fingertips pressing away. You can feel kind of a strange stretch, this one. It's quite neural, so you might feel a little bit of tingling in the fingertips. Just release and go again if that feels good. Holding there. When you're ready, releasing both hands all the way down, chin can come to chest, lacing the fingertips behind you, again rounding through the spine. On the inhale, open, come all the way up, reach and look upwards from there. You can drop the head back, the chin back as much as you'd like. And on the exhale, draw those hands all the way down. So if you need to, change the cross of your legs if that feels good. We're going to stay in this seated position just for a little bit longer. So from there, we're going to come into our half Gomukhasana, which is our cow face pose. So you can use a strap if you'd like to. We're going to work through the triceps. So lifting through that right arm, dropping those right fingertips all the way down your back, and then taking hold with the left elbow. So drawing that back there again. Try to keep the rib cage from flaring. Try to not drop all the way down here or not look up too much, chin parallel with the floor, with your mat. And of course, if you know you have that extra, you can begin to release the hands, sweep those fingertips behind you and begin to lace those fingertips behind. So this is where you can use your strap as well. So you can take hold of the strap behind you, gripping those fingertips in a little monkey grip, or taking a full bind and just hold it there and breathe. So find yourself sitting tall on your sitting bones, using your full breath coming all the way into your belly. Exhaling. As you release the grip of those fingertips, slide that right hand all the way across and just take hold of the forearm a little bit higher up. Squeeze that shoulder in towards you. And then we're going to work to the other side before we come down onto all fours. So when you're ready, just release, give the shoulders a nice roll, lifting all the way up through the left arm, using the right hand this time to draw that elbow back. Gaze is forwards, belly drawing in, and then use your breath again to sit tall, to bring yourself a little bit more focus. Inhale. Exhale. And if you have the option of coming to full Gomukhasana arms, you can take hold, lace those fingertips, or take a little monkey grip. Use your strap as well if you find it a little bit harder to reach. And again, notice the difference between your sides. I know again, this right shoulder limits me a little bit to walk my fingertips together. One more breath. And when you're ready, as you ease off, you're just going to draw that left arm across the body. So again, use the arm to pull and draw away to find that stretch on the left shoulder. Breathing in nice and easy. Breathing out. Slowly begin to ease off. Give those shoulders a nice roll up, down and back again. Just place your strap to the side, place your blocks to the side, and start to move yourself all the way around onto all fours. Fingertips spreading wide. Use your fingertips like little sucker cups again. Draw the navel in towards the spine, and then just start to move around for those wrists. So I'm going to warm up the wrists first, really important as we're going to be taking down dogs. Today, let those hips pop as well, pop and crack. Move your fingertips around, and again, move from side to side. So if you know your wrists and you've come onto the mat already today, or you've done some work on them, it might be okay, and you might prefer just to take some cobras, perhaps, for the lower back. And you might want to take a child's pose instead of this wrist work. Or you might need to just stay here for a little bit longer, knowing that your wrists are sometimes a little bit tighter. So working fingertips towards the knees one at a time, or you can just take both and you can hold it there. Inhale and exhale. Drop yourself back onto your sitting bones, or you can come to kneeling if that works for you, and that's all good there. And just work through those wrists again. Perhaps move fingertips away, the joint away. And then when you're ready, dropping back down onto all fours. Again, draw your belly and just taking one cat and cow. So exhaling, chin into chest. Gaze is right at the belly button here. And on the inhale, lifting yourself forwards into your cow stretch. Shoulders away from the ears, turning the eyes of the elbows forwards. Find yourself back through neutral spine. From there, draw that left hand a little bit closer underneath heart center. Inhale, open up through the right side, holding there. Breathing in. And if you'd like, you can then start to turn and slide the back of the hand onto that left hip. And see if you can continue to open all the way out through that right shoulder. Your gaze can be up if the neck feels good, towards the shoulder, or you can continue to gaze down if you need a little bit longer to warm the neck up. Holding it there. Plant down through the top of the feet so you're stabilizing. Draw the belly in and continue to breathe. So there's a real tendency when we twist to hold our breath. But instead breathe fully into your side ribs, your back body. Inhale, lift the arm, right arm all the way back up. Exhale, draw that right arm all the way down. Just one more onto the other side, so replacing the right hand. Inhale, open up through the left arm. Holding it there, getting a nice twist through the body. Openness through the chest. Squeezing the back of the shoulder, and then again take that little rotation as you slide the thumb down onto the right hip this time. Open up through that left shoulder. Gazes upwards. Keep pressing away from your right hand, your right fingertips, creating length and space for the neck. Inhaling and exhaling as you go. One more breath. Inhale, lift through that left arm, nice and strong, and then draw that left arm all the way back down. Coming back onto all fours. From there, we're going to come down onto the left arm. We're going to take that arm horizontal. We're going to walk our knees back just a little bit, and then we're going to reach forwards with that right hand. So coming into half puppy pose here. Hips nice and high. Of course, you can always take a blanket, cushion, a pillow for the knees as well if you need to, and just hold it there. And play around with that right hand. So the right hand might want to go further out, but you might even want to take it across the body slightly and just get into the back of the shoulder and the back a little bit more. And then when you're ready, keeping the right hand switching sides, left fingertips forwards, dropping yourself down into that half puppy pose. And again, perhaps you take the left arm wide and that feels good for you. Or perhaps you take the left arm across and that gives you the extra stretch that you need on the shoulders. Draw yourself all the way back onto the forearms and then push yourself back up onto all fours. As you come onto all fours, start to turn those fingertips around. We're just going to take some weight off the legs. Even just a half down dog here is all good. Or you can begin to extend through those legs. Draw your heels down. Gaze is right between the thighs, or if you can, towards your belly button. And we're going to come to that adjustment. We're going to come to that cue in a moment with the rest of our practice. But just holding in that down dog, finding space, finding length through the spine. Weight off the legs and weight off the knees is always good. And then when you're ready, drop down, back onto those knees. Uncurl the toes. Come into your cow stretch. Exhale into your cat stretch. We're going to drop into Virasana. So perhaps take a block for this if you have one close by, or you can drop yourself back if that feels good as well. So from there, we're going to draw the arms all the way back up overhead. Hands into prayer. And aiming here, I mean, I have flared ribs anyway, which is a little bit harder, so I'm trying my best, but to try and take those biceps right by your ears. So trying to find some range in those shoulders. Of course, you can lace the thumbs or you can just release and begin to press your prayer together. So this is actually quite hard, it's quite strong for the shoulders. When you're ready, you're going to bend through those elbows and take your thumbs to the back of your neck. Slowly lowering yourself down, drawing your belly all the way in, lengthening through the spine, going forwards and forwards and forwards, dropping your elbows down onto the mat. And you have an option from there. You either return straight back up, or if it's a little bit too much for you, you can press through the hands first and then come up. So it's either a press and you can reach yourself up, or you keep those elbows bent, tuck your tailbone under, sit lovely and tall and reach through those arms again. Shoulder blades drawing down like little butterfly wings, tucking under. Shoulders away from the ears, but the arms are extended. Inhaling. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Bend through the elbows once again on your next exhalation. Inhale, sit a little bit taller. Tuck the tailbone. Draw the belly in. And again, exhale. Move yourself forwards with a nice flat back. Leading with the elbows, leading with the crown of the head. Hips pushing back until the elbows meet. Of course, you can again place the cushion down in front of you if the elbows don't reach or your block. And hold it there. On the inhale, draw the belly in. Firmly press the fingertips together and lift, squeezing the arms. So I'm really trying to draw my fingertips down my back as I do that. Tuck the tailbone, ribs drop under. Inhale, reach to those fingertips again. Holding there, shoulder blades drawing down. Connecting with my toes, my feet, tops of my feet onto the mat. We're just going to take one more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, sit that a little bit taller. Tuck the tailbone. Exhale, draw the hands behind you. Inhale, lengthen that a little bit more. And on the exhale, dive yourself forwards. Dropping down. This time you're going to release those fingertips, stretch them lovely and wide, come into a full active child's pose, Balasana. And then on your next inhalation, drawing the belly in, lifting all the way up back onto all fours. Just moving that block to the side again if you had that with you. Curling the toes under and lift yourself up, back and down into your down face dog. Gazes again between the thighs, or if you're able to, tuck your chin under and gaze right at the belly button. Chin into chest. Start to walk your fingertips back towards your feet, softening through the knees if you need to. From there, taking your thumbs to the very base of the spine and drawing yourself down. So you can keep the legs straight or keep a little bend in there. And you're going to add weight into the head to draw the neck down. Releasing the fingertips back down to the mat. And begin to walk your hands all the way back forwards. First of all, coming into your plank. Just correcting and adjusting for your alignment. Tucking the tailbone under. And then when you're ready, you're going to already tuck chin into chest and gaze at your belly button. From there, you're going to push the hips back and see if you can keep your chin into your chest as you come back into your down face dog. So there's a real adjustment there as we try to lift up and out of the shoulders instead of slumping into them. finding length in the spine. This time start to move your gaze forwards. Step your right foot right between the fingertips and your left, coming into your standard forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, lengthen, Ardha, gazing, lengthen and preparing to that flat back. Exhale, lower yourself back down. On the inhale, soften through the knees, roll up through your spine, vertebra by vertebra, head, neck and shoulders last to rise, roll your shoulders back and down, tucking your tailbone under. Coming into your Tadasana mountain pose. And really concentrate with today's Tadasana that your shoulder blades are coming down, collarbone spreading wide, fingertips facing forwards, palms facing forwards. On the inhale, draw the arms all the way up and overhead, full reach. Expand through those arms. Exhale, soften, draw yourself all the way down into forward fold. Really work for that lengthening this time, perhaps bringing your hands onto your shins instead. And exhale, draw yourself all the way back down. Inhale, rise and come all the way up, so just taking that half sun salutation. And exhale, draw your hands back through heart center. One more, adding on. Inhale, lift the arms all the way up and round. Hastasana, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, soften through the knees, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, hands onto the shins, flat back. Ardha, gazing. Exhale, draw yourself down. On the inhale, round, come all the way back up. Exhale, hands back through to Samastahiti at heart center. Inhale, the arms come all the way back up and overhead. Exhale, take your forward fold. As you take your forward fold, you're going to release your fingertips this time behind you, either coming into Kali Mudra or just lacing the hands and drawing them over. You can squeeze your palms together and the thumbs together if that feels good. A little bit more range, a little bit more opening through the shoulders. So you're welcome to stay there, or you can just heel toe the feet out just enough to find a little bit more stability. You're going to straighten the right leg and bend through the left that little bit more to take an opening through the back, through the shoulders and through the neck a little bit more. Inhale, find length through the spine and draw yourself back down. And then when you're ready, just switch onto the other side. So a little bit more softness through the right knee, straightening through the left, and just see if you can open through that left shoulder that little bit more. Releasing, coming all the way back through center. Releasing the fingertips back down to the mat, come back into Ardha, gazing. Exhale, draw yourself down. When you're ready, step the right foot all the way back, long stride. Dropping the back knee down, but keep the toe curled. Lift yourself up. Low crescent lunge. Exhale, draw the hands all the way back down to the mat. Sliding the left foot back to meet your right. Come into your plank. Chin to chest, you can gaze at your belly and then drift your hips all the way up and back into your down face dog. Keep staring at your belly as much as you can as you do that. On the inhale, up between the space of the hands, step the right foot back through. Drop down on the back knee. Keep the toe curled. Lift all the way up, crescent lunge. Exhale, drop both hands to the side of the front foot. And this time, step your left foot forwards to meet your right. Coming into halfway lift. Lengthen. Exhale, draw yourself down. Inhale, rise, come all the way up, either rolling up through the spine or take that huge swan dive and then draw your hands all the way back through to heart center. Adding on again, inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana, and again take those hands behind you, lace them behind the head. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, draw yourself down. Stepping a long stride back with the left foot this time, drop the back knee, keep the toe curled and lift up into your Anjana Asana. Dropping both hands either side of the front foot, curl the back toe under, Slide the right foot to meet the left, chin to chest, and then lift your hips lovely and high. Come back through to down dog. Gaze is at the belly center, drishti is at the navel. Inhale, exhale. Look between the space in your hands. Stride that left foot through. Give it a helping hand if you need to. Replacing your left thumb with the foot. Drop the back knee down. Smooth and controlled, lifting through. Asana. Exhale, release both hands to the mat. Stepping this time your right foot to meet your left. Come into your halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, swan dive the arms or roll up through the spine. Come all the way back through to your Samastihiti equals pose and back to Tadasana. So we're going to add on from there, standing lovely and tall. Shoulders away from the ears. Soften through the knees, come into chair pose, Utkatasana. And it's up to you if you want to take hold of opposite elbow, trying to draw those shoulders back, or if you just hold there with the arms apart or the hands up. Try one with a slightly different arm position today. Exhale as you soften, float those arms all the way behind you. Lacing the fingertips. Inhale, hands to the shins, or to your mat this time. Exhale, draw yourself down. Step back with the right foot, a long lunge, low crescent lunge as the knee drops. Exhale, hands to the mat. As your hands come to the mat, gaze is at the belly center as you come into your plank. Drift yourself back into your down face dog. On the inhale, you're going to sweep the right leg all the way up into the air, making sure that you keep the shoulders today nice and equal. So there's a tendency as you open up through that right hip, the right fingertips start to drift and there's less weight through that right side. So keep opening up. On the exhale, bend through the knee, tiger curl and slide that right foot through. You're going to slide the left foot in to shorten your stride and inhale, come and rise, come all the way up into warrior one. Tucking tailbone under, really press back through that left foot. Again, there's the option to take hold of opposite elbow here. Breathing in, breathing out. Inhale, exhale. As you're ready, you're going to start to release both hands all the way down. Open out the feet nice and long and come into your warrior two. Bending through the right knee, squeezing those shoulder blades together. Inhaling and exhale. When you're ready, start to hold onto opposite elbow again from there. And really draw those elbows down. Shoulder blades squeezing together. The gaze continues to look forwards. Plant down through that back foot. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. You're going to begin to straighten that front knee. Keep your left hand exactly where it is, holding onto the hip. Begin to release your right hand and draw a little nutation of the right hip, pressing that left hip away, lifting through the right arm, spreading the fingertips wide as you open the palm. You can continue to look forwards or you begin to roll the head to the very back of the mat. Gaze is this time over that left shoulder. Working into that traditional Trikonasana pose. Try not to lock out through that front knee. Keep nice equal weight through both feet. Continue to use your breath. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. As you release that left hand, draw both arms all the way up overhead. On the exhale, bend through the knee and drop both hands either side of the front foot. Curl the back toe under if you haven't already. Sliding that right leg back. Dropping the knees, your chest and your chin down to the mat. Inhale, release the toes and wave the body forward. And really, again, tuck chin into chest here before you open through chest and heart. Curl the toes under. Round through the spine, look at your belly and push yourself all the way back and down into your down face dog. Breathing in Breathing out. So we've got 3 full breaths here. If you need to take a child's pose, of course, you're welcome to. Last breath. Inhale. Exhale. Option to come into 3-legged dog, or to step that right foot right between your fingertips again. As the right foot comes through, put the fingertips forwards and slide your left foot in to meet your right. Coming into halfway lift. Exhale, falling forwards. Soften through the knees, rise and come up, chair pose, Vishuddha. Tucking tailbone under as you go. Inhale, lift. Exhale, release those hands all the way down by your side. Coming back into your Tadasana mountain pose. Inhale, working through the other side, Utkatasana. Holding there again, taking hold of opposite elbow. Perhaps you even prefer taking the hands lower, as we did last time, if that felt good. Breathing in, breathing out. Inhale, lift. Soften through the knees and then fold forwards. Uttanasana. Again, taking those hands behind you, lacing the fingertips and drawing yourself over into that forward fold. Inhale, hands onto the shins to your mat, gazing forwards. Exhale, release. Stepping back with the left foot, a long stride, drop the knee, keeping the toe curled, low crescent lunge. Exhale, drop the hands either side of the front foot, draw the belly in. As you slide that right foot back into your high plank, dome through the back first, chin into chest, look at your belly, and then push your hips back into your down face dog. Sliding the right foot to the back center, we're going to lift through the left leg, 3-legged dog again. Again, make sure you're dropping that left shoulder here, don't worry about the height of the leg. And then slowly start to curl that knee in. Replacing left fingertips. Dropping the foot and then walking the right foot in, shortening your stride, lifting yourself up into your warrior one. Smooth and controlled today. All the effort is around keeping the shoulders nice and low, so you can split those hands. Pressing back through the right foot, working through those. The right hip forwards, left hip back. Perhaps the arms are overhead, opposite elbow, or again we can take hold of the elbows and lower them down. Shoulders away from the ears, and really try and make this active as well. So I'm squeezing here, almost like my elbows are pulling together. On the inhale, begin to lift. And on the exhale, work yourself out into your warrior two. Find that space and length. Shoulders away from the ears, and perhaps give them a nice roll back. Bend through that front left knee. Breathing in. Breathing out. Inhale. On the exhale, release those hands again. This time, if you can, just cross. Take the opposite way that you did earlier. Shoulders away from the ears. Inhaling. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. When you're ready on the next inhalation, begin to straighten that front leg. Begin to push the right hip back. Take nice and long through the spine, taking the right hand to the thigh. Release the left palm to face up this time. Gaze can be at the left fingertips, the left palm. Shoulder away from the ear so you keep that space through the neck. Or you can begin to turn and gaze over the right shoulder. Imagine yourself here. My old yoga teacher, I always bring this up, used to say that imagine yourself in a toaster or in a pane of glass or something, so you keep yourself nice and narrow. Breathing in and breathing out. Stay lovely and strong through those legs, lifting through the inner arches of your feet to lift through your inner thigh into your core. When you're ready, begin to rise and lift up. Bend through the front knee, release both hands either side of that front foot. As you do so, slide yourself back onto all fours, dropping knees, chest and chin down to the mat. Release the toes, curl the body chin to chest, and lift yourself up into your cobra. Shoulders away from those ears. Exhale, draw the belly in. Gaze is at the belly button as you lift yourself up and back into down dog. Breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out. Sliding the right foot back through to back center, left leg can lift again. Exhale, step that left foot right between your fingertips and this time slide your right foot in to meet your left. Coming into your halfway lift, Ardha. Exhale, draw yourself down. Soften through the knees, rise and come up. Utkatasana, chair pose, shoulders away from the ears. Squeezing the bum, squeezing the thighs. Inhale, rise, lift. Exhale, surrender those arms all the way down. Give the shoulders a nice roll back up and down. Take a moment to pause. Take a moment to find your breath again. Breathing in, breathing out. Last flow. Inhale, soften through the knees, come into chair pose, Utkatasana. Inhale, rise and lift. Exhale, dive yourself forwards, but as you do so, lengthen through those arms, draw yourself down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, lower. Stepping back with the right foot, long stride, drop the knee, open through the arms. This time you're going to hold it there, you're going to take hold of your your right wrist with your left fingertips and just take that opening through the side body. So I'm trying to reach my right arm away, a long stretch down my side, through my shoulders. The head can gently come to the left side, left ear onto the left arm. Come back through to center, drop both hands either side. Curl yourself back all the way through into your down face dog. One breath. Lifting all the way up through the right leg, keep those shoulders square. Exhale, slide through, the right foot drops right where the right fingertips were. Back foot sweeps in and lift, rise, come up, warrior one. We won't be here too long this time, so just take the variation that feels good for you for one more breath. And then open yourself out into your warrior two. This time the hands are going to sweep behind and you're going to lace those fingertips behind you, squeezing shoulder blades together. Inhale, open through chest and heart. Keep bending through the right knee, and on the exhale, dive yourself forwards into humble warrior. Arms overhead, squeezing that right thigh as close as you can towards you. Keep strong through that left leg, the left inner arch. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. You can always lift yourself a little bit higher and drop your belly onto that thigh. You can even always release those fingertips if you need them, or take them to the hips. When you're ready, release the hands. Drop them to the inside of that right foot. Come up onto the back toe and start to walk that right foot all the way out to the diagonal, the top part of your mat. Drop down onto the back knee, uncurl the toe, and lower yourself down onto your forearms. Hold it there and now lift and stretch. Nice flat back if you can. So you might need to come a little bit higher for that, and that's all good. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Lower a bit more. If you've got any more in this lizard pose, you might want to drop your shoulder underneath. You might be able to take the arm, wrap it around, perhaps walk the fingertips out. Perhaps even aeroplane the arms. Trying to balance. Slowly come back up onto the fingertips. Curl the back toe under. This time you're going to walk the right foot all the way through, come into runner's lunge. And again, just really open up through the chest and the heart, that expression. Gaze is forwards. Walk those fingertips through. Start to walk through on that left foot and stride your left foot in to meet your right, taking your forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, lower. On the inhale, soften the knees, lift all the way up through the arms. Chair pose, once again in Utkatasana. Take your arm variation for that one deep breath. Inhale. Exhale. On the inhale, rise, come up. On the exhale, take the arms all the way back down to your side. Working through that last left side. Inhale, lift. Chair pose, Utkatasana, tucking the tailbone under. On the exhale, soften through the knees. Sweep and dive those arms all the way overhead, squeezing at the very top. Releasing the hands, inhale, look forwards, Ada. Exhale, draw yourself down. Stepping back with the left leg this time, drop the back knee down. Keep the toe curled and rise, come up, asana. Keep bending through the front knee. This time taking the right hand and holding onto the left wrist and just taking that little side bend, lengthening through the left side body. You can drop your ears onto the right arm. Releasing both hands either side of the front foot, curl the belly under. Slide the foot back and gaze all the way at your belly before you reach and come back into your down face dog. One breath, reset, realign. Sliding the right foot close to the left, inhale, lift through the left leg. Pressing equally through both shoulders. Drawing the left foot through, replacing the fingertips. Shortening your stride and inhale, rise, come up, warrior one. Shoulders away from the ears again, grounding through the feet. You can sweep those hands behind you once again if that feels comfortable. Inhale, exhale. Begin to open out on your next breath into your warrior two, shoulders away from the ears. And this time we're going to sweep those hands behind us, lacing the fingertips, drawing the shoulder blades down the back. Inhale, open through chest and heart. Exhale, dive yourself forwards into your humble warrior. Squeezing those shoulder blades away, lifting through the inner arches of the feet. Breathing in. Breathing out. Of course, again, the elbow, or the shoulder, can come to the thigh, or you can allow your belly to drop onto the thigh. Work with what feels good. You can lace the fingertips a little bit wider. Come into a bind. Kali Mudra perhaps. And then when you're ready, slowly release those hands. Lift up onto the back foot. Start to walk the left foot out towards that diagonal of your mat. Drop down onto the knee if you'd like to, or you can stay up. Release the back toe. And then from there, open through the chest, the heart, and lower yourself down into your lizard pose. And it might feel nice here to move around a little bit, to move in and out of the hips, perhaps come onto the outer edge of the foot, or just keep yourself nice and low there. Perhaps you lift, find that extra space, and you can drop your shoulder underneath. You might even find a Kundalini in this pose, a little bit of an arm balance as you stretch that leg forward. A little variation, drop yourself back down. And then when you're ready, come up onto your fingertips again. Slide that left foot between the hands. Stride your right foot in to meet your left. Halfway lift. Exhale, draw yourself down. On the inhale, soften through the knees. Come into chair pose, Utkatasana. Final Utkatasana, tucking the tailbone under. On the inhale, rise and come up. On the exhale, draw your hands all the way down, and as you do so, swan dive all the way through, lowering yourself back. Step back with the right foot, step back with the left. Come into your high plank, drop down onto the knees, chest and chin down to the mat. Release the toes, wave the body forwards, chin to chest, and exhale, come back through a cat stretch and down into your child's pose. Breathing in, breathing out. Inhale, exhale. Slowly roll up through the spine, vertebra by vertebra. The shoulders are nice, roll all the way up, back and down. Up, back and down. So from there, we're going to start to wind things down, come into some seated postures. So our first posture, we're going to come back to that Gomukasana. So if you have 2 blocks, we'll have them there anyway. Option is to just come into a comfortable cross-leg seat, or you can take the full Gomukhasana legs. So it's knee on top of knee, fanning those feet nice and wide, sitting lovely and tall on the sitting bones as you do that. From there you're going to lift through the right arm, exhale, draw the right arm back, and you may just stay there, and that might feel good. You might also, if you have your strap, drop the strap down and begin to walk those fingertips together, perhaps until you find a bind. And you can stay there. Inhale, and on the next exhale you might even hinge forwards. And in hinging forwards you might just feel that a little bit more through your hips, perhaps even through the back and the neck. Inhaling, exhale, inhale, exhale. On the inhale, lift and come all the way up, lengthen through the spine, and release the hands. So we're going to change both the hands and the leg position. So the right foot can come underneath, left leg on top. Squeeze those knees together. Sitting equally on both hips and fly those feet out, so spread the toes nice and wide. This time the left arm is going to go back, and you might, again, just hold there. And that might be enough. Or you might find you can sweep that right hand behind you this time, and quite a nice posture to do, because we did it at the very start, to see if you've got any extra range now. And again, inhale. Take a forward fold, or stay exactly where you are. If you're taking that forward fold, try and do so with a nice straight back. And then when you're ready, arrive, lifting all the way back up, and give those shoulders a nice roll back. I'm just going to move the strap out the way, but we're going to keep the blocks. So from there, you're going to lift the blocks up onto their highest level if you have books, or even a cushion is perfect, or your bolster. And from there, you're going to place your elbows, so they want to be shoulder distance apart, your elbows onto there. From there, you can walk your hips back just enough, and then you're going to drop down and place your thumbs again onto the back of the spine. And you might want to shimmy back a little bit more. I'm going to hold and breathe here. And it may be easy for you to come onto a slightly lower level, or you might find it a little bit harder to drop a little bit further down. And you may loose the bricks all together, or you may find another height. So work with what feels good for you there again. Slowly release the fingertips, let them go. Start to roll it through the spine again, and we're just going to take one final pose, which is going to have, again, a couple of variations if you'd like to. So have your block handy, your cushion, a bolster. I'm going to come into a variation of Matsyendra. So from there, forearms can come down. Tuck the tailbone under. Draw the knees, not knees together, and you can plant down through the feet. And you're just going to either hold there, chin to chest, and just feel the opening through the shoulders, or you can begin to drop the head back, open through the throat. Perhaps you take a couple of lion's breaths. Inhale. Exhale, let it go out of the mouth. Sticking out the tongue, one more. Inhale. Exhale. You may even find that you want to come a little bit deeper into your Matsyendra, and you take the hands just by the hips. You lift yourself back up and you come onto the top, the crown of the head. Or today it might be a little bit better for you to actually place the head onto a block. And you may just hold it there as you open a little bit more through the chest, the shoulders, the heart, as well as the throat. So work with what feels good. Shuffle forwards a bit. And you want to see if you can press your chest and your shoulders up and out. And you may want to stay here. You may actually want to come into asana legs. Or even extend the legs nice and long to the very edges of your mat. And just hold it there. Making your way down into a shavasana at any point. You can close down the eyes. Perhaps even place cushions, pillows behind your back to give you that little extra support. Or release the head. Remove the block and lower yourself all the way down to your mat. Palms facing upwards as much as you can to keep those shoulders lovely and open. Really spread across through your collarbones. Feet lovely and wide. And slow your breath down. Start to check in with the body again and notice how you feel. Notice if any tension has been released through the neck, through the shoulders. And of course, you're always welcome to stay in this Shavasana pose for as long as you'd like. If you're able to dedicate that extra 5-10 minutes to your practice today, then please stay here. Hit that pause button and just take a pause for your body and for your mind. If you've got somewhere to be, start to wiggle your fingertips, your toes. Perhaps draw your knees into your chest one at a time. Roll over onto your right cheek and shoulder if that feels good. Take a moment there. Or just make your way all the way up into your comfortable seat. Sitting on a block, a bolster. Finding your way back into your Sukhasana. Again, try and sit lovely and tall through the sitting bones. Give the shoulders a nice roll all the way up, back and down on the inhalation. Exhale, draw those shoulders down. Inhale, lift them all the way up. Exhale, let them down. Dropping chin into chest. Finding your breath again. I'm going to take those 3 sighs to close the practice. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, sigh out of the mouth, make noise, let it go. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Back to your nasal breathing. Draw your thumbs all the way through to heart center. Lifting your thumbs all the way up to your third eye. And all the way up to your 1,000-petal lotus flower crown. Living your life to its fullest, embracing your life with passion. Bowing to the divine and each and every one of you, saying thank you as always for coming onto your mat. Namaste.